What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Black Experience, y'all. Welcome back to another episode in Season 6. And today, y'all, I have someone who I actually met recently. I met him a few weeks ago at an event, at a networking event, and here we are now, ready to host a podcast. He has a powerful story, powerful testimony, and a lot of things to share with us. So stay tuned for some in-depth convo and some fun questions. Without further ado, y'all, let's put our hands together and let's bring up Mr. Chris Nelson. How you doing, man?
What's going on? Fantastic, brother. Fantastic. How you doing?
Good, man. Good, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you for taking the time, coming down here, on this beautiful Tuesday morning. How's your morning been so far?
Fabulous, brother. Absolutely amazing. Sun came up. We saw the sun come up, and it was just nice, man. It was peaceful. Looking forward to this. We made it, and
that's
now we're
right.
here. How's yours been?
It's been good, man. It's been good. Like I was saying, man, there was some bush fires or something on I-5, so I had to take a little detour and get out of I-5, man. I can't stand traffic, bro. I try my best, I'm like in the car. I was like, let me listen to a podcast. Let me do something, my own podcast or whatever, to make it productive. But
Right.
It's just, it kills me, man.
No, I feel that. I got rid of my car as soon as I got here.
Yeah?
Because traffic, cannot do it, man. Can't do it. We left Atlanta for that reason, so no traffic here.
How do you do it? Yeah, how do you do it without a car, man? Because I feel like most people are like, man, you can't live in the city without a car or whatever.
The opposite, man. The direct opposite. If you live in the city, you don't need a car. Everything is so convenient between the light rail, the bus, scooters. At least one of your friends has a car, or a friend of a friend has a car. There's too many ways, and then trusty dusty 2 legs, man. Always getting that exercise, always getting out. It's amazing. I love it.
Mm-hmm. And now we got Uber, we got Lyft, so we got other people.
Exactly.
Even if your friends don't pick up, you still got Uber or Lyft.
You got somebody gonna answer the phone.
Right. Yeah, especially in the summer too. I mean, when it's not cold, I mean, you might as well go out and about, and use your legs and walk, and
that's how
got
you
your
find
shorts
new
on.
Stuff. That's how you meet new people, discover new experiences, just like we did.
That's how we did.
We started walking, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, okay. We love it.
And it's interesting too because like at the event we met up, there was an art walk that happened a few hours before here at Colors, and
we were there. We were there.
Yeah, and y'all were there, and it's like whenever you go to these networking events, it's always an opportunity to meet someone new.
Absolutely.
But hey, man, Chris, to start off, let's start with a little icebreaker.
Okay.
It is the summertime, and we are here in Seattle, Washington. What is your go-to summer spot to hang out with friends? You and your group of friends are here together. Where is that spot, that park that you like to go that you want to share with the audience?
Ooh, if we're talking parks, man, there's a lot. There's so many options here. I can't say I have a favorite yet because we're all still exploring, kind of as a group, figuring out which one is most fun. But so far, we've been 3 for 3 for Madison Park. It's been
3 for 3.
Yeah, every time we've planned an opportunity to go over there, it's been flawless. So for now, Madison Park gets the number 1 spot.
Yeah,
for sure.
You've been to Golden Gardens Beach?
No, I have not.
It's in Ballard. It's a little bit up north from here, and it is one of the best beaches in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
What makes it one of the best beaches?
It's just it's busy, but it's not too busy where you feel kind of suffocated by too many people. It has a beautiful view. So the beach is along here, and then they have a little walkway where you can walk all the way out. They have a little ice cream parlor over here. So you could be hanging out with friends, and let's say if you want to have a little one-on-one convo with somebody, you can just walk a little bit away, go walk, do your thing, and then come back and join them again. Volleyball, spike ball.
Okay.
They got everything.
I'm gonna have to check it out, man. Honestly, between today and this Friday, I might have to go.
We might have to make something happen, bro. Maybe we get our friends together, and make something happen. But
absolutely,
Madison Park, though, man, I've never been. Actually,
hey,
I don't think I've actually
been. 1 for 1, man. 1 for 1. I'll show you a park. You show me a park.
Let's do it, right? Chris, man, introduce yourself a little bit to the audience. Just tell the audience a little bit about your background, a little bit about who you are, and how you came here to the Pacific Northwest.
Well, that's a loaded question, man. I'm going to answer that one in chunks. So who am I? I'm Chris Nelson, 29. I love life. That's me. I absolutely love life. I cherish all my people, all my family, whether that's my blood family or my chosen family. So I say that answer the first part, and then Ask it again so I can answer the rest of that one more time.
Oh, for sure, for sure. What was the? Did you grow up here in the Pacific Northwest?
Nah, okay. So what brought me here is a culmination of things. We can actually get really, really deep, but for now, I'm gonna just answer that on the surface level. I always wanted to come here. I came out here back in 2012 when I was, I believe I was a junior or senior in high school, and I actually went up to Linwood when I was up there with my uncle, and I was like, man, something about this place is just magical. I said, I don't know when, I don't know how, but one day I'm gonna come up here. And then fast forward a few years, I got my CDL, started driving trucks cross country, came out here as an adult, and I said, okay, now we really cooking, and just kept coming back. And then everything kind of just aligned last year for me to end up out here in December and met my team, met my crew, and here we are, man. Heaven on earth.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So CDL, what? How hard was getting that license? I figure, I can't imagine the driving test. Back around the corner with that big truck. You know.
I love it. I personally love it, and I love challenges. I think I'm a little bit of an oddball, man. The CDL test was not hard. What was hard was telling myself that I still need to study and I still need to actually pay attention just because it's not hard. That's what ended up getting me. Mm-hmm. So I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. Well, a lot of bit of a perfectionist.
Yeah.
So when I feel like I know something and there's no challenge, I'm just like, okay, cool. Like, we'll just stop. So when it came to the CDL stuff, I was like, all right. And I had a really good friend who I still talk to this day. And he was the one dude, he challenged me. And he was like, look, lock in on this, do this. We're going to knock this out. Took that test. I missed 2 points. 2 points.
2 points.
I got a 98. And I was so upset. I remember the instructor was like, bro, you're the only one that's gotten above a 90 all day. Like, what was wrong? I was like, I shouldn't have missed them 2 points. But it was on me. I left my blinker on. I made a double right turn, but I never took off.
Took off the blinker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, minus 2 points, man.
That's how perfectionists are, man.
Yeah.
I sometimes am like that. It's like you could have focused on the 98 points. And instead, you focus on those 2 points that could have gotten you that 100, and it's something. But I feel like, do you feel like there's pros and cons to being a perfectionist at times?
Absolutely. In my personal opinion, being a perfectionist is the same as someone saying, I love learning. You're constantly learning. You never want to be the smartest person in the room.
Right.
Like, all three of those statements mean the same exact thing to me. Perfectionism is a mindset. Nobody's perfect. Nobody ever can be perfect. Mm-hmm. If you strive to be, AKA give it 100%,
right.
Or what my aunt used to say, do your best, fuck the rest. My bad if it's a family channel. But you know, that's what I think being a perfectionist is. So I think everybody should have a little bit in there, because that's just ambition. You know, it's just different words all going after the same thing. You know, everybody wants to at least, or we hope everybody's at least putting in 100% in whatever they're doing.
Right, because that's all we can do, right? That's all in our control.
Absolutely.
It's really our effort. You said when you came to Linwood, there was something magical about this place.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
It's the culmination of everything I've ever loved. So I was born in Minnesota, and then I lived in Nebraska, traveled in and out, lived in Colorado for a little bit, and then I moved in Georgia. So keeping this one short, Minnesota is known for their water, for their mountains, the Mall of America, our accents, which you probably can't hear right now. And then Georgia is also known for the same thing, but the opposite. They're known for their weather, their trees, their accents. And to me, Washington State as a whole, just for my life, from my lens, combines both of those. We're not in the middle. We're not in the Midwest. We're in the Pacific Northwest. Right. I was coming from the Southeast, and Minnesota's right in the middle. Like, just little stuff in my brain like that. I'm just like, it just made sense. And it combined the weather, it combined the people, it combined the atmosphere. And I actually told some of my best homies this the other day. I can be 100% me here. As much of a weirdo, loud, lit, fun, chill, I can do whatever I want here, and nobody's judging. Like, everybody's actually kind of rooting for you to keep going. Right. And that's what I felt when I first came out here.
Man, you are not the first person to say that. In fact, I had Jordan on. Shout out to you, Jordan, on about a month, if not 2 months ago, on the podcast, and he said the same thing. Where coming from the East Coast, people might sometimes tend to be a little bit judgy or whatever like that, and he just felt like people here are a little bit more just kind of accepting.
Absolutely.
Or a little bit more, I don't know.
I wouldn't even say accepting.
Yeah.
They just
what
don't
is it?
care.
They just don't care.
They're doing their own thing. Why put energy into what else is going on when I can put energy in what I got going on?
Right.
Because I'm gonna keep walking all day, every day. They're gonna keep walking all day, every day. What do I care for?
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna say acceptance, because Seattle freeze is real. Not for me, but Seattle freeze is real.
Yeah.
I've actually seen it now, and I'm just like, but I think it's only real for certain people, though.
Now, what do you mean by that?
So Seattle freeze is personalities. Seattle has a lot of different personalities, and instead of these personalities bickering, they all just kind of do their own thing. They don't bump into each other. They don't, they just move. And some people are cool with that, and some people kind of flow below that and just kind of do their own thing, introverts. And then some people go above that and just look down and be like, oh, look at all of these opportunities, And so for me, extroverts, people that are looking for something, people that have a mission or are putting something out there, I would say Seattle freeze doesn't exist, because you can find exactly what you want here, because there probably is somebody or something that's being offered.
That's not part of that freeze,
exactly.
quote unquote.
Right. And you can be as niche as you want to be. You just have to look for it. It's just the fact that the freeze exists because a lot of people just don't look for it. A lot of people don't choose to look for it. And that's okay. That's fine. But
yeah, if that's what
they're
you want.
probably going through a freeze. They're like, man, why can't I find a friend? Because you don't go outside and ask people to be your friend.
Exactly. And it's like a mindset thing too. So like even if you do go outside, if you're going outside with a defeatist mindset where you're like, oh my gosh,
right,
everyone's going to be frozen and ignore me, whatever, then you've already lost a battle.
Now I look at that as a challenge. I'm be like, how many of them can I make talk today? How many of them can I make laugh today? How many of them can I get their Instagram today? How many of them can I actually, I'll set these things in my head. I'll be like, yo, I want to do this. Yeah. I'll put a timeline on it. I don't have to meet that timeline per se, but I'm gonna do my darndest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, okay, I want to be on a podcast. Okay, I want to get my own equipment. Okay, I want to be able to reach this many people by this time. Mm-hmm. Boom, 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 boom. Just let the universe do what it do.
Come on.
Trust it, believe it.
Yeah.
And let it come. And that, that's how it works for me personally.
I like it, man. Growing up, did you have anybody that you looked up to that you would consider a role model or someone that you aspired to be?
Absolutely. I grew up by the 4 strongest women on this entire planet, in my personal opinion. Hands down. Honestly, I got to give a huge shout out to both of my grandmothers. Both of my grandmothers were they're both still alive, so they are just strong. They're independent. They have taken the times that they went through, and they didn't complain about it. They weren't defeatist about it. They weren't victims about it. They took everything from those times and made an empire, built something, built legacies.
Yeah.
My grandmother is on the news. Carolyn Rigsby. Her last name was Hadley, but she's married again. So Carolyn Rigsby, she's on radio stations. She introduced me to Warren Buffett. She has been running things in Omaha for so long, and it's just like, how can you not do things when you come from that? And then shout out to Eileen Nelson, my other grandmother, who went from being a nurse to Department of Defense to working with some of the most high-profile programs in the Air Force, like Skunk Works and SR-71 Blackbird, and that's just the ladies.
Man.
That's just the ladies. And then coming down to my mother, she's strong. She's dope. She's the one that taught me how to drive trucks. My mom was a truck driver.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. She's the one that taught me how to drive trucks. She did that. And my mother, she always said something. She said, a lot of kids challenge. A lot of kids ask a lot of questions. A lot of kids are kind of annoying sometimes. Like, they just do a lot.
Too many questions.
And my mom said, Chris, you're a lot. But something in me said not to squash that, because one day that voice of yours is going to get you places. It's going to move things. It's going to open doors. It's going to open windows. And she always said she let me do a lot of stuff that she probably wouldn't normally let me do. And I thank her for it, because Look at where it's got me today. And then not last but not least, my aunt, the one who named me. Just she's dope. She was my teacher, like legit. She actually taught me in school. She showed me around. She was one of the first people that had the time to actually give me exposure, really teach me culture, really do things for me. I learned just an expansive amount of things from that woman, which we can go into another time, but just those four are a big shout out.
Yeah, that's powerful, man. I mean, even for me too, you know, I didn't get to spend too much time with my grandmothers because they were back home in Eritrea, and one of them died when I was very young. So I have very little memory, but I think the blessing that you've had where you've been able to see the impact that all those four women had on you is powerful, because I think we all have those kind of people too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you feel like those four kind of shaped the Chris that is standing before me today.
They are the balance. Like I'm a grown man. There's plenty of men I can shout out in my life, but that list is very long. So I would say I call them out specifically, one, because women just don't get called out enough, honestly. They just don't, you know, and they deserve that recognition, and especially them. But two, because they are that balance. And if there's one thing I believe in over all things, it is balance. Like I call myself the yin and yang symbol. I'm the black dot in the white, and I'm the white dot in the black at all times. And they embody that for me.
I like that. Yeah, absolutely. How did you, jumping into a little bit about your career now and kind of what you were doing now, how did you get into what you do and the ambitions that you got now, and kind of what takes up most of your time today?
How I got into what I do now was from a failure, actually. So I had one big plan for my entire life. I was going to grow up, join the Air Force, fly C-17s, retire as a loadmaster, and then go do something in law enforcement. That was it. That was my whole plan. Nothing else. No deviations. That kind of worked until it didn't. 2016, I was discharged honorably from the Air Force, but I wasn't 21 yet. So I was like, what do? I can't hold a gun legally outside the military. I wasn't working. I didn't want to work in corrections. I didn't want to do anything like that. And I said, well, originally I was going to go to school for architecture and design. So I said, okay, what can I do similar to that without going to school that just puts me in that field, which is property management and real estate. And so from there, I got in with Pollock Shores Real Estate down in Atlanta and just kind of fell in love with the industry and really kind of took off in it, took a break, did the whole CDL thing, and then when I moved back out here, just jumped back into it because I know it, and it's easy. I like it.
Yeah. Architecture, huh?
Yeah.
That was also my first love, actually, believe it or not. Oh, yeah. I wanted a building with my name on it. That was, designing the craziest building, Dubai.
Yes.
The Burj Al Khalifa.
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to do something like that. I was like, man, I don't know what they'll take, but that architecture was my first love, and then I moved over into engineering a bit, and kind of the engineering side. Yeah, civil especially was my first. I remember the first time I crossed over a bridge. I was like, just fascinated. I was asking all my parents, like we were saying as a kid, like, how do they do this? How do they do it? And they're like, I don't know. Like, you're asking so many questions, but keep learning, keep reading. Yeah. And that was kind of my journey a little bit.
You just that little story reminded me. I was in the car with my family last year, and there's this little bridge app.
There's a bridge app.
There's a bridge app on the phone, and I used to play it all the time. And this is so funny to me. But we would just be in the car, just all laughing and playing, and then like I'd press play, and then the vehicle would drive over the bridge, and sometimes it would collapse, sometimes it would not collapse. I just remember doing this for hours on road trips. Like we passed it around the car, like see whose bridges are better, and it was just that just reminded me of that. So very similar.
Now, it would have been tragic if you were playing that game and then you actually cross over a bridge and you're like, oh no, I don't feel good, y'all. Let's turn around or something. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Oh my gosh. I used to actually, when I was a kid, I mean actually as of recently too, sometimes I watch those like mega engineering projects and stuff. And I see those like bridges like abroad that are like 200 feet in the air and they have like a drop and everything. I'm like, man.
Dude, to this day, I know everything up and down. Shout out to my best friend Stephanie.
Yeah.
I'm calling her that name because she doesn't normally go by that name, but she's always like, Chris, you know the most random information. Like, and she'll know because I'm gonna say the word submarine, and she's like, submarines. But to that point, to this day, I know everything I need to know about a C-17 Globemaster or a Phantom class or an Ohio class sub. But it's because I still watch those little documentaries,
Those videos and
little
docuseries.
series, the little stuff. I'm just like, it's fascinating.
Yeah.
It's fun.
There's just certain things, man, that like you used to see it as a kid, and then over time you're like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna keep you doing this.
I'm still a kid. All the toys are just bigger now.
We're all
and
little
now we
kids
can
still.
drive them.
Yeah, right. So, you got in a little bit into 2016. Now, I remember when we were on the phone a little bit talking before this. 2017 was quite the year for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dive in a little bit about 2017 and kind of what you remember and a little bit about the lessons you learned from that year.
One of the biggest lessons I learned from that year was no matter how good or how pure your intentions are, you still do have to be cautious, and you still have to be aware that not everybody has your best interest at heart. I was with some folks that I thought were friends, and they were not. And it ended up leading to my passing. I was dead for 2 minutes and 13 seconds, and it was a wild time. I won't get too much into detail on it, just because a lot of stuff involved there. But
Sure.
it was an interesting time. I personally believe heaven's real. I believe hell is real. I believe angels and demons and spirits are real. I believe in multiverses. Pretty much anything you can believe in, just about, I believe in it. Like, for real. I don't think anybody's wrong or right. I think everybody just kind of, you just got to put it in line. You just got to figure it out. But it transformed me in the fact that I really do have a second chance. Like, I'm breathing to this day. I'm still here to this day. I still have time.
Right.
You know, the one thing that I struggle with, time, to make a difference, to make a change, to enjoy, to pass something on, to give something to somebody. So that's really what that taught me. And it's just, I value every day, which is another shout out to Seattle, because even my worst days here are still my best, like, for real.
Is it because of the community, or is it because of just the vibe here?
All of the above. It's the atmosphere, it's the community, it's the constant repetition of anything I've said has happened in the last, like, 7 months I've been here. And I mean, like, I'm not trying to sound boastful or nothing, but I mean, like, at a certain point, when you say you can't make this up every day, it's like, oh, okay. These are no longer coincidences. This is really just, I speak it, I feel it, I believe it. It's happening.
And it happens.
But also, though, that's because the environment, the community, the people that are in my inner circle allow it to happen. Because at the end of the day, we all have free choice, we have free will. If I am down here, downtown Seattle, you're up in Linwood, and I send you a thought, and I'm just like, man, I wonder how he's feeling today. Hope he's feeling good. And what if you was like, dang, I kind of want to talk to somebody today. You could feel that thought. And you would have the choice to be like, man, should I call Chris? Should I call somebody right now? And you make that decision. And that's kind of what I mean, like, in a long story short. Yeah. And the perfect example of that is my grandma Eileen. She called me the other day, and she told me out of her mouth, she was like, I needed to talk to you. I was actually recording a video. At the very end of that video, I said, hey, chat, hold on real quick. My grandma's calling. I'm going to go ahead and pick this one up. I feel like I should answer this one. Talked to her for 2 hours and 32 minutes, changed my life.
Wow.
Learned more about my father in the last couple of days than I've known about that man ever. And
Just
it was
because you picked up.
Literally. Changed our whole life. Literally.
It's these little moments, man, that we sometimes forget how powerful they are.
Exactly. You always got to be listening. Well, you don't have to be, but
Sure.
you know, something's always coming to you. So when you choose to be listening, just pay attention.
Man, I'm kind of left speechless right now. Yeah, that is something, man. How easy was it to find your friend group here?
For me personally, it was extremely easy because I did exactly that. Like, I got here, And shout out to my cousin Jordan, actually, because my cousin Jordan is the man that made this happen for me. He let me crash at his place, and he had his own thing going on, which it was perfect. You could not have asked for a better situation. So shout out to him for being ground zero. And I remember when I saw him when I pulled up, I was super happy, and I drove here, by the way.
Yeah.
2,771 miles.
Oh man.
So
Maybe that's why you don't like driving no more. That mileage.
I still like it, just not the traffic part.
Yeah.
But I remember it was either the second or the third day. That's when I met my homie Matt. I went to some random bar. Shout out to them, and that's actually what it's called. And I was just chilling. I was like, let's go meet some people. Like I got dressed. I went outside and I said, let's go meet some people. I was doing my own thing. Met a bartender over there, a few of them, and I'll leave their names silent for now. But real cool people, real cool people over there. And then I met Matt. He was sitting right over here. He was sitting like 2 chairs next to me. And he started chopping it up, and I was like, hey, what's up? You know, what's going on? Got into it a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we just started hanging out. I kind of hit him up a few times. He was busy, but we kind of made it work out once a week at first, twice a week at first. I darn near see this man every day of the week, just about. And I've done that pretty much. I've been able to replicate that 40-fold. One of the group chats has about 15 people in it. Another one has about 6. And there's a lot. But again, it's only because I put that frequency out there and they decided to answer.
Yeah. So I'm getting 2 things from this right now. Yo, frequency and going out.
Oh, yeah.
So you go out and then you put yourself out there, and then you do that often.
Yeah.
Because I feel like within the Seattle freeze that we hear, a lot of people might be hearing this right now and being like, man, I can't do that. Like, how does he just make friends like that? I'm trying to make friends like that.
And that's my favorite part. That question right there. When people ask, well, how do you do that? How does he do that? Just do it. Like,
Just do it.
I literally, me and the friend group, probably for the last 3-4 days, we've been saying like, well, we should just, I'm like, no, we shouldn't. Do it now. Like, if we can, just do it. People are so used to it. LLMs. You know what an LLM is?
What is LLM?
Learn language model. That's what ChatGPT is based off of. LLMs are basically boxes of code that chat speaks, that people speak in. The man, the myth, the
legend.
Exactly. You know how to finish it.
Yes.
LLMs.
Yes. Okay.
So people are so used to, oh, well, we should, or I should, or maybe, just do it. Well, maybe we should get some ice cream. Pull out your phone. Let's go figure out where some ice cream's at right now and go get some ice cream. And it's really just that simple to me. Maybe that's just me, but to me, it really is just that simple. Like,
I have a similar mindset to you. It really is that simple. But what is it that's holding people back? Is it fear? Is it just procrastination?
I would say people are governed by 2 things. It's either fear or desire, in my opinion. And these are fluid things, so they might change. But as of right now, I think people are governed by 2 things, fear and desire. One of them has to win. If I desire to go do something more than I fear doing it, I'm going to do it. If I fear it more than I desire it, then I'm not going to do it. So as an example, I think people just fear rejection, opinions, judgment, anything. I'm an ENTJ on the MBTI scale. Are you familiar with that scale?
Tell me about it.
It's a little hard to explain, but basically, there's 4 quadrants, and you're either, so for me, the J in ENTJ stands for judgmental. I'm always judging people. I judge everything and everybody, especially myself, all the time. But because I'm always judging, I now don't care who's judging me, because I'm like, oh, well, shoot, if I've already judged myself the hardest I'm going to judge myself, I don't really care what anybody else says. Right. Like, one of my friends was like, dang, I dressed very inappropriate for the beach the other day. I'm hot. And I was like, yo, you want my swim trunks? They were like, yeah. Took them off, right? I don't care. What are you going to say? My boxers was long enough. Well, I didn't care. Yeah. They were comfortable. I was comfortable. It was funny. It was a conversation piece. And that's like, people just are either too afraid to do what they really want to do, or They just, maybe they're just lazy about it. I don't know, but I would think it would be more fear than laziness.
Yeah. I mean, it's also maybe the way they grew up. Potentially in the, when you're very young, you hear certain things to do this, to not do that, and then those kind of thinking, kind of like the learning models, and you kind of just follow that because we're creatures of habit, and so we don't like to change, too many things and stuff. But man, what an analogy, man! It's good, man. You consider yourself an open book.
Yes.
How did you get to that point?
Enough pain, enough pain, honestly. And maybe I left that out of the last part, but I think that's also very important. I should really explain that. How I've gotten to this point is because I have suffered a tremendous amount of heartache and just raw, intense pain. I am covered in scars and bruises and cuts and stuff from physical pain, but I've also got those same scars and stuff internally. And I've taken that pain. I've learned from that pain. I would say that's the best part about it. I took all of that and I learned from it all. And in learning from it, I'm able to now use that because what do people always say? Knowledge is power. So if I can learn from that pain, if I can learn from the mistakes that may have caused that pain and so on and so forth, I can now take all of that and move intentionally forward and not create that again. And as a matter of fact, actually make that better. So I would say that really helped to get to this point because you hear no enough times. You go through something enough times. Eventually, it's not gonna affect you anymore. You're numb to it at a certain point. Yeah. You get a tattoo long enough, you're numb to it. So I would say that's really gonna be the biggest. That'd be the biggest point of how I got to this point. You got to go through some pain.
Absolutely, and that pain kind of built your endurance and that callous.
And it's not easy. I might make it sound like it. It's not an easy thing because it's still a choice. You still have to choose to do that because, for an example, it's a little controversial, but people take pain and they become victims out of it. You can take pain and just say, "Oh, woe is me." Somebody help me. I'm looking for a life raft. Or you can take pain and you can build a life raft. And I go for the approach of, I'm not waiting around for I don't trust anybody anymore. And that's what pain comes from. Not trusting anybody anymore, having to go through stuff that you wouldn't normally have to go through because it's painful, it's hard. It creates innovation. It creates spark. It makes you do and move in a very certain way, very specific, very strategic.
Chris, I've noticed kind of a dynamic to you a little bit where you're a people person and you have a really tight friend group and you have that community and stuff and you love people. On the other hand, though, you're saying you don't trust people and you also at the same time don't care what other people think about you. How does that dynamic work?
Balance, baby. Always the black and the white, always the white and the black. You always need that balance. The phrase of innocent until proven guilty, opposite for me. I don't know you. I don't know them. Not you specifically, but any stranger that's walking by, any of us on the street, could be your next best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife. They could be anybody. That's one. So you don't know that. Two, because I've been through pain, because I've gone through so much, because the only thing I can control, that was another really big thing. I learned you can't control other people. You can't. You cannot. You can manipulate, you can, influence, but you cannot control other people. And once I learned that, I was just like, all right, well, I can't control nobody, so I'm going to just put out whatever I want to get out of it and then see what happens. So when I say I don't trust people, it's if I send an invite to 20 people, I expect nobody to show up. So I sent the invite to 20 new people.
Yeah.
I've already got my close friend group established, though, so my 4 are coming. So I already know I'm locked in regardless. But I'm also very comfortable with being by myself. I'm very good at self-soothing. So whether it's me, my close friend group, or all 20 of them, or not of the 20 of them show up, it doesn't matter. And that's what I mean when I say I don't trust people. Until you give me a reason to trust that you're going to show up, trust that you're dependable, trust that you're going to, move a certain way and kind of, respect my home when you're in my home, certain things like that, then that's how I'm gonna start bringing you in closer to those friend groups. You know what I mean?
Yeah, trust is earned. I mean,
Yeah,
that's the
absolutely.
classic principle right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Chris, we are actually coming towards the end of the podcast, and what a conversation we've been having so far. If you want to tell the audience a little bit about anything fun you got going on right now, what you're up to right now, any fun projects, anything like that.
Two very big fun projects I've got going on right now. This is one of my projects. We met at a function, and it was an inspiration. My homie actually put me on. Matt was the one that talked to you because, and that's just proof of friends are always looking out like that. That's family. And so when he connected us, that really let me know, okay, you moving on the right path. You doing what you're supposed to be doing. So go ahead and do something with it. And I did. And I made a little fumble in the middle there. We can talk about it later, but I got, for the most part, everything set up how I wanted to get it set up. So that's one big project. I'm in a band. We don't have a name yet. But you're going to see us. You'll know
It's
us.
coming soon.
Oh, it's coming soon.
Stay tuned,
It's
y'all.
coming soon. That's our second project. And then the third project is just a community project. For the past couple Sundays, we just been going out. I've been inviting as many people as I can because I do have one large goal. And that one large goal is to just have such a big community where you could be at the table, we could be at the table, and any of the audience can be at the table, and they can say, hey, I would like to do this. I would like to learn about this. And either I could do it, you could do it, or we know somebody that could do it, or they know somebody. The community is always just feeding itself. Right. That's my biggest project. That's my biggest goal. So when I'm hitting people up, that's really, it's to build a family, truly.
Yeah.
So those are the three big things we got going on right now.
As Vin Diesel says, La Familia.
Yes, sir.
Well, Chris, man, it is time for the golden question, y'all. And you guys already know what it is. Chris, amidst everything we've talked about, amidst your life experiences and everything you've been through, to the younger generation listening right now that are young creatives that may be in a tough position in life, maybe in a good position in life, and just need a little advice, what advice would you give to the younger generation?
I'm going to tell them exactly what my OG to this day tells me when I still call that man. Yeah. Keep living. You'll figure it out. Literally. Because sometimes people want you to give so much, but it's when you just listen to the very little thing and you take the smallest thing out of it. That's what the younger generation, that's really what I want to give them. Keep living and just do it to the best, to the most fun, to the most reckless. Just live. Just keep living. That's really all I got to tell them.
That's simple.
Yeah, that's really that simple. Because you will figure it out. You have to. You have no choice. You have to. So
absolutely.
Keep living. You might as well enjoy it.
There you guys go. Well, you guys heard him. Well, Chris, thank you for that advice, man. Where can people connect with you, follow you? Any last comments, anything that you want to throw out before we close?
Y'all can connect with me on Instagram, HYP3_LYF3. That's Hype Life. As you can tell.
He sure is hype, man. He got a hype life.
It is hype. Other than that, for real, y'all can catch me outside. I'm always outside. I'm always walking, always doing my thing. There's some other Georgia boys down here, or up here, but I'm the only Georgia boy up here that doing it like this. Yeah. So they can catch me.
There we go. Chris, man, appreciate you, man. And I hope you guys enjoyed this awesome episode. I took away quite a lot of things from this, principles and experiences and pain and just living and all that good stuff. So you've been an inspiration, man, to me. So
appreciate that.
What a beautiful inspiration for the rest of the day and week. So
and likewise, man. Likewise. This is amazing, man. You showed me something new. You brought me into your space, your universe. I get to see how you're doing things, and this is an inspiration for me.
Yeah. Well, I hope I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. And welcome to Colors again. Color Studio. Shout out to you, Armando, for putting this together. And stay tuned, y'all, as season 6 rolls on. Till next time, guys. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
What is up, y'all? Thank you so much for tuning in to that episode. Make sure to click the subscribe, follow button, as well as the bell to get notified on all my new content that is coming out every Wednesday and every other day. And make sure to click that link in the description down below to get access to all my socials and any other platforms that I have my podcast on. And until next time, y'all, peace.